Alright guys, the fella out there, let me know. Let me know. Great music. All right, James Kaufman, World News Report today. Today is August 6th, 2025. A day and a half before, or less, almost 24 hours before Lionsgate portal opens up, right? The portal itself. It's 8/8/25, and they've been waiting on it a very long time. You start reading into it, it gets scarier and scarier. The Lionsgate portal is, well, a time of ascension, a time of all matter being one. It's a scary, scary deal, and that will be happening in less than 24 hours. It's the only time that I know that this has ever happened. And hey, then imagine I think it's the number one earning box office or movie company in the world named their company after Lionsgate, which only happens on 8/8/2025. Which happens to be my daughter's birthday as well. Maybe she's the chosen one. Maybe we all are. Alright, get in. Let me know if you can hear me and see the screen. We're going to get going and take a look at the volcanoes and earthquakes around the globe currently. Hope everyone's having a good evening. You're going to be our top fan tonight. Keep that. There you go. Number one in the house. Number one in the house. Anybody. I know we have other people listening, but I will go ahead and assume y'all can hear me. I hate to assume. It regularly makes an ass out of you and me. Right? Assume ass out of you and me. Can anyone give us a thumbs up or anything to let us know that we're actually getting through? Let's see if I can say hi in the chat. Hi. Donate here. I know y'all can all, they're probably pushing each other around trying to figure out how to buy a cup of coffee for the channel. Love you, Spanky Cool. I know, hey, no reason to push and shove. Everyone can buy a cup of coffee for the channel. Just use the link there provided, and you'll actually be thanked over on my Twitter account big time. Now, if you go anonymously, I can't thank you, but you will see yourself thanked anonymously. That's the best I can do, though. Best I can do. Just want to get through the night. Alright. Hey, Catherine, how are you? I hear that. Alright, guys, we're going to take a look quickly at the volcanoes erupting around the globe. I believe a good number was 83. I believe that was the number 2-3 nights ago when we did this. 80 to 83, somewhere in there is going to be a good number. We've seen it go as heavy as 89 in the past, but it doesn't look like that's occurring right now. I'm going to count them. I wish all y'all would join in and guess how many volcanoes are erupting. They're in full eruption in red and in minor eruption in orange. And real quickly, we have 4 out of the gates. 5, 6, 7. Oh, 30, 33, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hey, you keep that. 42 already, guys. 42. Remember, we haven't counted this one. And I know we have 7 here at the peninsula. 1, 2, 3. So 7 and 42, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 4, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's going to be 80 already. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. 85 bad. Hey, Jelly Bean in the house. 85 bad boys erupting currently, man. I'll say that that's a pretty heavy eruption day. 85 volcanoes currently erupting around the globe, and this is not my information. This is volcanodiscovery.denmark. So it's coming out of Denmark, which is a pretty trustworthy source. Alright, they're back at work over in Canada, and they've reported a 4.1 magnitude earthquake. Good depth. The depth just makes you wonder. Now, this is not the oil sands or any of the oil. This is a volcanic ridge here. So a 4.1 at 1 kilometer of depth is worrisome, to say the least. And I do see another quake in here. I don't know why I'm showing you all, but so 1.7, depth of 3.4 kilometers in the sound there. And look, after we zoomed in, there's another one showing itself there. And it's going to be a 2.0, depth 5 kilometers. And I guess that's going to be it. Remember, these guys only work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and they don't work very hard. If I could get a job, it'd be with like the Greek government, the Canadian government, one of these governmental bodies that, well, doesn't work very hard. All right, I've turned off all the quakes around the whole globe that are not 5.0s or higher. Look at the swarm of 5.0s or higher right here, where we have 7 volcanoes going off just north of this plate tectonic boundary. It's going to be the North American Well, this is the North American and Pacific plate boundaries right here. And there are quite a few of them here. We're not going to go into them. We also have one down there at Fiji and Tonga with, well, we have two volcanoes also erupting, so that's magma movement. How deep is that magma movement? Pretty deep, 22 kilometers of depth. I'm going to go ahead and scoot around, make this a little bit quicker. The plate tectonic boundary stops there, it starts there. This is going to have to really work its way out, and we're going to see a lot of earthquake activity happen. Everywhere the plate tectonic boundary turns black, it's not really a plate. See all the black here? These aren't plates. I'll give you some examples. Not a plate. The blue is a partial quake. The red is a fulfilled plate. Up near Iceland, looks like we have 3 volcanoes erupting, 1 awakening, and we have magma moving. The Reykjanes Peninsula, Reykjanes volcano is the one that melted the biggest geothermal operation in the world. Here we are at the Azores Islands, the 3.0. We have Sierra Volcano, Azores Islands, magma moving all around that, and the Aegean Sea, where we've seen no activity until this year. So y'all get ready, something big's about to happen there. Remember, this plate here just formed and it's not quite complete. You see the black there and the black there, and all that energy is going to move over into the Aegean Sea. I think this will be biblical. Look at the Straits of Gibraltar over here, and you can see the Himalayan mountains comes to a real, well, breaking point here. Biggest volcanic fissure on Earth. It's the Xinjiang. I won't try to pronounce it. You can see that it's actually, it couldn't get over the Himalayan mountains, the highest mountain range in the world, but it did create this entire peninsula down here and all of Malaysia, including Myanmar, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia. It created all that. It got caught up on the mountains and formed all that. And you can see that China took the last eruption. See the heavy white line here, and these are provinces of China, and they took all the land from the last eruption on. This is going to be Shanghai. This is going to be Bangkok right here. Kind of give you an idea where we are. Not as many earthquakes around Indonesia as I would have ever thought. It was so many volcanoes going off. This one's still much darker than the rest of them, without any excuses whatsoever. Now we have 2 quakes down here. We do know this is an earthquake prone, and near Perth there's actually some volcanoes as well. But we see 3. See if we see any mining. It looked like we saw some mining there. These look like mining pits to me. See this? This as well here. As you back up, you can see the mining pits. So you're probably having quakes around this mining pit here, which is exactly what these are in Australia, near Perth. All right, backing it back out. All by its lonesome down there. Heard volcano awakening. New Zealand swarming pretty heavy. They have what's called White Island volcano, and of course that's White Island volcano too. This has all been smeared out We don't know what the hell's going on down there. 5-2 on the Pacific Antarctic Ridge. I did cover that in one of my videos. This is the North American plate boundary, Pacific plate boundary, Eurasia plate boundary, Indonesian plate boundary, and it all meets right there in Tokyo and Yokohama. There's Tokyo, and why is it not saying Yokohama? You can see the black part of the plate here, no plate. Black part of the plate here, no plate. These are big troubled areas for Japan, who keeps building nuclear reactors as quick as they can, even though they themselves are a volcanic island. They're sitting on one volcanic range, two volcanic ranges, one's going right into them here. I mean, the whole thing's a shit show. We've had 5 nuclear plants built between Shanghai and Hong Kong. Can you believe you have to zoom in to see the 2 biggest cities in the world? There's Shanghai right there at that bay, and there's Hong Kong right there. 5 new nuclear plants with several reactors each on that continental shelf. Much safer than anything out here, though. Much safer. And then we can all see Zealandia rising, the continent rising up out of the ocean, the 8th continent they call it. And we can see the magma movement under all the volcanoes that are active, all the way up through Papua New Guinea, New Caledonia, New Zealand, up to Fiji and Tonga. And you can see, I mean, just every bump you see is another volcano. Now they call them sea mounds when they're underwater, not volcanoes. But there's a lot of sea mounds erupting as well. And you can see that line of sea mounds going right from the Russian peninsula that's been swarming for days. I guess today is day 11. Right into Kilauea. We've got lots of magma moving under Kilauea. And then we have the Aleutian Islands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mount Spur. God, one of the most famous mountains in the world. And this is getting close to Mount Hayes, even more so scary. Alright. If we didn't cover this in Mid-Atlantic Ridge 5.0, there you have it, a 5.3 here. This is actually called the Peruvian-Chilean Wedge. 26,000 plus volcanic fissures or volcanic cones in this area here on the coast. It all belongs to Peru and Chile. They beat up Bolivia, they beat up Argentina, and Argentina and Bolivia they do own some volcanic cones, but they don't own any coastline whatsoever. You can also see Haiti and the Dominican Republic lighting up like there's no tomorrow. It's going to be all fracking, inconsequential crap going on. And we can see even the DRC. This might look like one, but watch. As we get in closer, there's 2. Even the DRC is going off the hook. We've got another volcano here. Well, Doño Linga volcano, Tanzania, part of Tanzania. And nothing going on in Madagascar, although we already know it's on fire. It's always on fire. We've got stuff happening on the Reunion Islands and north of there, the Comoros Islands as well. Guess that's going to clear us through this map, I believe. Alright, over to the USBS. Still the ongoing swarm here. I'll cover it more tomorrow with more depth. All this happening in Anchorage, Alaska. More than 50% of the people that live in all of Alaska, all of it, live right in that little city. You can't even see it, it's so small. Look how small it is. Just that little bitty deal right there. More than 50% of the people, it's where all the fishing boats come into anchor. They need somewhere to anchor, don't they? Remember Mount Spur, Mount Hayes, a 4-6 right on top of Mount Hayes. Pat Price time, guys. The remote viewer. Don't ever view into Mount Hayes unless you want to be left in a haze. Alright, jumping in. Mount Rainier looks clean. They're allowing blasting here. Mount Olympic's fine. Mount St. Helens, pretty much fine. Mount Adams, Mount Hood, fine. Let's see. Oops. Well, for whatever reason, this is the Cascadia subduction zone. And there's really nothing happening there whatsoever. We can see Mount Cobb, a geothermal unit. This is going to be Clear Lake volcanic range. This is Clear Lake. This is the city of Clear Lake here. And how many earthquakes did you have to deal with if you worked at the Clear Lake volcanic, geothermal unit today? There's 19 wells drilled into Cobb Mountain to create the world's biggest geothermal plant. Used to be number 2, to the other one melted away on Jane's Peninsula. And look, what a lucky number, 33 volcanoes popped off today as you were at work. Alright, see if there's anything else we need to go over. Not really that worried about anything on the San Andreas, i.e. North American Pacific plate boundary. This is our Walker Lane plate boundary, our new plate boundary. When the valley floods, that's Lake Tahoe, that's Walker Lake. That is... I always have problems with this. This is the... Gosh, can anybody help me out here? It's not Mammoth Lakes, it's the something Valley Caldera, Long Valley Caldera on the backside of Mammoth Mountains. Long Valley Caldera, one of the deadliest was carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, PM 2.5. Long Valley Caldera here. Sorry guys. So many names, so little time. You can see that this is the Garlock Fault here, running through here. And this can be Little Lake, Sierraless, and Ridgecrest. See what we get. There's Little Lake. Airport Lake. Never heard of that one, but we'll go with it. There's Little Lake. Going into the Los Angeles Basin. Looks like we had another. Looks like we're having a swarm in LA. Look at this. A damn swarm in LA. Look, 12 minus this one. 12 earthquakes And I wouldn't say this is downtown LA. I'll show you where downtown is, but this is, well into the city. We'll put it like this. Definitely the Chino Hills area. Chino, you can see there. Let me see if I can get this a little smaller here so we can kind of get this is downtown Los Angeles right here, and this is the Hollywood Hills right here. Santa Monica Boulevard is this right here, and you can see it's quite a bit away, but it's still in a very populated area of the Los Angeles valley here. And we have another swarm up here. This doesn't look any good whatsoever. Let's see if we can get all these out. We'll say 8 here. It looks like Los Angeles could get into trouble real quick here. Very, very quickly here. We have a swarm between these two volcanic ranges. Can tell by the color of them, they have popped off within the last 10,000 years. That sounds like a long time for you guys, but it's a very short time geologically. And that right in the middle there really is bothersome. All right, following the San Andreas Fault further south here, we get to the Salton Sea, which is nothing but problems. We have the plate ending there and starting again there, and that goes out into the San Andreas plate there. If there's anything else that needs to be talked about, we'll take a look. This is actually, well, damn close to, you guessed it, if Tiffany Hartman's around. This is, well, Yellowstone, the movie, but that's no movie. This is the Green Valley caldera here, craters of the moon here and here. This is all I want y'all to be able to look at the last explosion. See the magma? The magma went all through here and all through here, and it was stopped by Wawa Springs, the world's biggest shield volcano right here on one side, and it was headed down right through Salt Lake, probably covered the lake up at the time. We're all party people if we can, right? Lots of love. Oh, 420. Is that Kush? In the house. Kush. Kush. I know where that's going. Go towards my fund, if you know what I mean. My $12 gram fund. Lots of love out there. These are all fracking, guys. These are all fracking. This is all fracking here, by the way. Now, we do have a New Madrid quake here, a 1.6 at 6-7 kilometers. Nothing to really worry about, but it does mean that New Madrid is still active. Still active there. If we zoom in here, you can actually find the city of New Madrid. It should be right here in front of us. Should be right here in front of us. We won't push it too hard. Am I missing it? So that is the New Madrid that's on. And we did have another quake, believe it or not, in New Jersey. It did disappear, but that is a hazard with a lot of faulting, and they're drilling what's called the Marcellus Shale over there, so it's not that unbelievable, guys. Not that unbelievable at all. Alright, fires. Wawa Springs is lighting up. Look at the red flag warnings, the yellow flag warnings. golly, 130,000 acres, 30% contained. Not good numbers. 45,000 acres, 0% contained. Not good numbers. 24,900 acres, 49% contained. These are not good numbers. That one looks okay. Alright. And we'll take a look at this small one here. 179 acres, but it's ready to blow up. Up here in Yellowstone, may I say, 5,000 acres, 94% contained. Wow, so finally Washington catches on fire and Oregon catches on fire in August. See, we've got contained, 80 acres. 3,400 acres, 0% contained, getting into the forest area here in Seattle. Mostly contained. 5,100 acres, 3% contained, right on top of Dr. Joey's house. And I mean, his house is really right in that valley right there. So just to the north of that, and just to the south of those guys, going into Oregon, 10,000 acres, mostly contained, guys. A little bit bigger track here. Whoa. 95,000 acres contained. Everything that's in orange and red started today. Gonna bring y'all around a little bit to let y'all see. If we go down to LA, it's gonna be nothing but a nightmare. These are all brand new fires that have started in less than 24 hours. I think we looked at this one. It was contained. Brand new fire. I have to keep zoomed in so you can see the brand new fires here. These are all brand new fires in the greater Los Angeles area. Watch what happens if I zoom in. New. Still burning from yesterday in downtown Los Angeles. It's the only city on fire. We've got new fires always off the highways where people throw their joints and cigarettes. Always. 100% chance. Yeah, and you can see the highway. They don't think that there's any harm in throwing those cigarettes and joints out, but more times than not, it just takes a little something to get it going. Alright, everything in red and yellow is contained. Salton Sea. Well, we will back up here. You can see the Wawa Springs is right here. You can see the red flag and yellow flag warning. So the yellow flag, that's even a step up from red flag. That means fire warning. 5,200 acres, mostly contained. 45,000 acres, 0% contained. That's ugly, guys. 24,900 acres, 49% contained. 17,000 acres, mostly contained. And small, 179 acres. 131,000 acres, 30% contained. Wawa Springs has a huge problem right now. It's going to get a lot hotter. I looked at some heat maps. This area through here hits over 100 degrees 10 times in the next 2 weeks. So we have a huge problem there. Huge problem. And anyone with eyes that can see, take a look up 34,000 acres, 5% contained. 6,000 acres, 6% contained. It's going to be very sparsely populated areas. 1,300 acres, 80% contained. Yep, sorry guys. And only one other we can look at is all contained. These are all the fires that are being picked up. It's not wanting to move for me, but you can see in central Canada and the Northwest Territory, it's looking ugly. And let's take a look. I mean, this is Alaska, this is the Northwest Territory up here. You can see that BC, you can see that Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. All these fires are bigger than 442 hectares or 1,000 acres. Every one you see is 1,000 higher. Y'all know that it burned down the whole northern rim of the Grand Canyon. Someone finally noticed the names of the mountains for all these years. All right. This is going to be, watch the latitude, longitude up here. It's going to be south of the equator. That's the equator that runs right through here. And deal a lot more fires south of the equator than we are north of the equator for whatever reason right now. Madagascar is mainly on fire, as well as most of the forest land in Congo in Africa. And there's very, very few fires in Russia, in Europe, and you can see all the fires. I mean, imagine, this is bad. What do you think it's like over here? It's the rainforest, and I think it's like over here, right? Let's look at air quality now. It gets really ugly today. Pardon me. Alright, so this has gotten real ugly. Anybody that lives up in this area should probably evacuate for air quality reasons alone. As you can see, that is deadly. They turned it off for 3 hours, but this is deadly air quality. You shouldn't be able to even breathe that and live. And that's pushing in and further down. Excuse me. These are all fires. You'll see everything's a fire marker. Pushing into the north central plains, Wisconsin, Michigan, etc. here. You can see all the yellow is ugly, and then it goes all the way down to Texas, and then the fires over in Wawa Springs. And what's causing all this? Well, all the fires in the LA basin, but also offshore. All the Catalina Islands, those are volcanoes. They're spewing PM 2.5. This is the deadliest air pollutant known to man. Deadliest, it's called a particulate. It's so small, 2.5 nanometers, can pass between the blood-brain barrier. In 2016, 10 years ago, they said it was responsible for more than 4.6 million deaths. And then in the Northeast, it's showing up really bad. I believe a lot of this in Texas is because of the volcanoes that are located here in Mexico City and throughout Central America, coming over the Gulf here. But look at the Northeast, guys. It's an ugly, ugly sight there. 111. See if we can get something close to the TIF. Keep her out of trouble. see. Well, I know you like them big too, so go for Albany. That's at 111. Go for these smaller ones are people's homes that paid for the equipment. You can buy your own AirNow meter at airnow.gov and hook it up to the network, and we can be actually, you can help us monitor the air quality around your home. And you can see Boston's in a heap of trouble as well. Look at the air quality in DC. No, you know what? This would never happen if they were there in session. Never seen poor air quality over DC if they're there in session. Never. Look at Pittsburgh. Golly. Now, if they're not there in session, it's always the same old deal. They blow it in there. Bunch of whack jobs. All right. I'm going to use Wendy's AI. This is going to be the forest fires up in Canada, and this area here is going to be the volcanoes here. PM 2.5 is only made by 4 or 5 sources. Volcanoes and forest fires are 2 of the main ones, and these actually, all 3 of these are volcanoes, and then there's a smaller volcano right here. See it? I've done a report on it actually. It's spewing PM 2.5, and the same with these. All the off the coast of, in the Los Angeles basin, off the coast of LA. Everyone goes out to lunch there, thinking they're being all hippity hoppity hoopity, when in fact they're just sucking down the deadliest particulate known to mankind. And we're going to run AI. Watch these here in the Sea of Cortez, and watch the LA basin. Wow. I will say the Northeast is just getting hammered with bad air quality here, guys. Hammered. Tiffany, you need a breathing apparatus up there. Don't breathe, Tiffany. Look at that. I'll slap a meter in there real quick. So remember, 10 nanograms per meter cubed increase your lung cancer percentage by 36%. 10. This is 37. I'm just letting y'all have it the way it is. I would never give you all those numbers if I didn't get them right from the International Association on Cancer and the World Health Organization, because if so, my channel would be in jeopardy, right? So I'm trying to give you all the best numbers I can. And there is a lot of bad air quality in the Northeast. It doesn't look like it's coming from those fires. I can't pinpoint really where it's coming from. Over here, the LA basin, it's easy. These 2 volcanoes. Over here in Arizona, it's easy. Here, we've always had this area here spew off PM 2.5. This is just, I just don't know where it's coming from. I truly wish I did. It looks like it's going to clear out Friday and Saturday and move north. You can see the LA basin is just flooded with PM 2.5. Again, the deadliest particulate known to mankind. Good times as always. And today's forecast. That's the ugly air right there. Can't believe they didn't show anywhere else. Today being Wednesday, tomorrow we have a chance of tornadoes up in North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, and then they're looking for really bad air quality in Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, Nevada, into Arizona. And this rain and high pressure should help the East Coast get rid of some of that PM 2.5, which is this. And Friday, the tornadoes aren't going very far here. Still in North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Minnesota, and Iowa. We got heavy snow coming out behind that. It looks like the high pressure is going to try to clear the east coast of all that crap. Thank God. Thank God, right? And while we were busy, we had another M flare. Thought I'd let you guys know. Definitely had an M-class solar flare. Popped off while we were doing that show. Got a little buzzer. It kind of felt good. I'm kidding. We actually had an M flare later in the day, but it wasn't worth mentioning. M 1.07, something like that. And this was closer to an M 2.25, something like that. So we just had that M flare. It's going to be coming right from 4198 or 68, 4168. It's going to be headed directly towards Earth. So this is going to be another problem. We have one inbound. They say this is inbound right here for the 7th. We also have the whole inbound for the 7th. So we have solar winds, plus we have plasma for the 6th, 7th here. And now we have an additional problem directly Earth facing the perhaps 7th or 8th, something of that nature. So, lots of love to everybody, guys. It is a war zone up there. It is a war zone. Let's hope that it stays off the U.S. shore. Off the U.S. shore, guys. We've never had war here before. Again, Tiffany, is this deja vu? Because that happened like a year ago. They found pieces of it. Tiffany, did you lose a year? That happened like a year ago. They found the whole thing imploded. The millionaire and his son were. I reported that when it came out. Watch this. Get ready. Get ready. They're about to kick me off of here. You can see the name on it. It says the Olympic. Everyone can see the name on it. It was the Olympic. Look, they're showing y'all it was the Olympic. Is the Olympic or Titanic at the bottom of the ocean? Everyone knows. See the difference in the windows? Everyone already knows that it was the Olympic that was already damaged at the bottom of the ocean. And you can actually No, it says Titanic. You can actually see the Olympic on several photos that have been snapped from the seafloor. But it's a pretty scary situation. What these gangster bankers will do to create the Federal Reserve, which is kill thousands of people. Which is exactly what they did. And you can actually, if you look into this, you'll come up with the same conclusion I did, that in fact it was the Olympic that was at the bottom of the ocean, or is at the bottom of the ocean, and they'll show you the differences and how they know which ship was actually sank. The Titanic was actually renamed the Olympic and served, well, J.P. Morgan Chase for over 41 more years. Gotta love those guys over at Chase. Everyone needs a Chase account. They'll show you the difference. They'll show you everything you want to know. Except for you probably don't even want to know it. Hey, lots of love, guys. Lots of love. Not a damn thing you can do about it. Bunch of merry old souls. And look, they show you the big windows and the small ones, and then they go right on to the seafloor and show you the big windows and the small ones. And there's nobody, no one has a question. Nobody with any kind of interest has a question on which, see, it's a deck here. We know exactly what happened, okay? We know exactly what happened. I can't play this because we're on YouTube and I'll get a strike. If I could, you would see at the bottom of the ocean is the Olympic. I sent my poor daughter in 3rd grade to school with this report. It was all correct, 100%. She got an A. But I got a call from a nasty lady that called herself the teacher. She goes, "How could you be teaching your daughter stuff like that?" I said, "Did I make a mistake? Did I make a mistake?" She goes, "No, you're probably right. But that's not what we're teaching here in these schools." I said, "Well, we teach the truth where I'm from. So if that's not what we're teaching in your schools, maybe y'all need to redirect." Redirect. Hey, God bless you guys. There it is right there, Tiff. Lots of love, guys. You'll stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble. And I'll be back at y'all tomorrow with some more info. Lots of love. Love to every one of you guys. Love you, Tiff. Hope you're okay.